is one of my first couple days of detoxing. I can feel it definitely at work. No TikTok, no Instagram. I never really used Snapchat, so that I could really care less. I could definitely feel it. Such a weird thing. It's almost like a reflex. You know, when you go eat your food, after you eat your food or while you're eating your food, you're watching a YouTube video or you're on TikTok or you're scrolling through something. It's such a weird concept. Like, just eat your food. And I'm trying to train my brain not to do that, because it's like, what do I need so much stimulation for? It really shows it's so bad. Like, even at work, I can feel it. Where it's like, this is the most stimulus that you get in a day from, so much just talking to people. And even that, like, you still can't focus. Not that I can't focus, but I can. It's just in the times where, I have a break or some time to breathe. First instinct is, I gotta go on my phone. Like, why is it gotta be like that? Definitely not okay. That's not okay. But this is step one, is recognizing the problem, because it's definitely there. It's definitely a problem. This is day 2? I don't freaking know. I did another 30-day detox. I think I need to address that these days the things that people make these days are very addictive. When we start using that stuff, it's real easy to get distracted and not be able to focus on whatever you need to do, whatever task you need to complete. And so obviously when I got off of it, all what I had was time off. The time off that you get is time off for your brain. It was such a weird switch in my head, because you find that, well, if you stick to your plan, you find that whenever you need to do something, say it's an essay or whatever, let's say for example it's an essay. When you get bored, you don't have anything else to go to. So your brain thinks, well, what else is there fun to do? Your mind kind of has to look for all these other things to look for, that, oh, maybe this thing is more fun than doing this essay right now. And let's say that your goal is writing, and you enjoy writing, your mind's gonna end up going to all these options and saying, well, there's nothing else fun to do other than writing this paper right now, because you do like writing, so how about we write? And so that's the effect that I had whenever I did my detox. And so I find that the time that I had away, I was more focused on everything than ever. That's not easy to do this, and it's not easy to make it a habit. It's so crazy, because once I get back on it, once I download all the apps, guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go right back to it. And guess what happened? I went right back to it. So unfortunately, I don't think a 30-day, 60-day, 90-day, 2-year, 5-year, whatever the hell you do, I don't think that's gonna be effective. I don't think however long you spend away from it is really gonna rewire your brain that even though you have all these apps on your phone, you're gonna stay away from it. These apps are designed for you to stay on them. So I think even though we spend all this time away from it, it doesn't matter. If you download it again, guess what's gonna happen? You're gonna be hooked to it again. And so that's the experience that I had. It's unfortunate. I think it's unfortunate hearing that, because no matter how much work you put, how much brain power it took staying away from a certain app, it all really doesn't matter, because once you download it again, you're gonna be right back to your old habits. So I know how this can be discouraging, but the only solution would be staying away from it completely. I understand how this can be difficult, because said people are on social media. You need to keep up with friends, you need to keep up with family, and maybe it's the only way that you can, because you don't have any other contact with them. This is the trap that I find myself in. Another thing is I feel like I don't want my closest people to think that I'm rejecting them. I don't want them to think that I haven't responded to them because I don't care about them. And I know on the other side of that is, well, maybe you shouldn't care. Well, maybe I do want to care. This is the only life that we have, and friends and family are only there once. We can all give ourselves promises that we're gonna see each other, this and that. Whenever you meet up with an old friend, you tell them, hey, we should do something sometime. We all know how that goes. We never do anything. It feels like a missed opportunity. It really does. And so I know more than likely we feel trapped, because the only solution is having the app deleted. But we can't, because, well, how am I gonna text grandma every now and then? So My solution is try to moderate. It's not all black and white. I think as long as we moderate, as long as we're able to have the apps and try to limit the time that we have on said app. And to be quite honest, if you really can't do that, I'm sorry, I can't really help you out, because that's honestly, that's really going to be the only gray area that you can allow for you to have any social media on your phone. If you're thinking, well, why do I have to have social media off of my phone? I can give you study after study after study after study as to the correlation between time on social media and depression, loneliness, anxiety. Brother, there's a lot of things out there that suggest that having this phone, I'm recording on my phone, that just having this thing is toxic. But at the same time, it's a double-edged sword, because the beauty of it all is that I'm recording on my phone. I can do stuff like this. I can be creative. Now, on the other end, it's not so great. It's doom scrolling on whatever app is your preference. And when we do that, it's a lot of time wasted. How do you even enjoy life that way? All you're training your brain to know is that dopamine is as easy as getting on your phone and pressing on this bright application on your phone. When you do that, you cut yourself off from so much. Say if you're talented at something, if your gift is doing something creative, or maybe if you want to learn to do something, it's gonna stop you from doing that. And I can say that it will. Having that happy medium, if you can find that happy medium and have some type of way that you can limit your time off of the apps, it's gonna be the best way. If you're like me and you really want to take your dreams and your life seriously, limiting your time to people that want your time, that want you hooked, is going to be the best way, and it's going to be the one reason that you break away and that you get your freedom. Stay positive.